Welcome to the Hat Chat podcast.
I don't think anyone's listening anymore.
148.
I don't think anyone's
that
listening.
It's an authentic, real bagpipe.
I love bagpipes.
Was it really?
That was real.
The legit one?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that makes it worse.
I love bagpipes. I do, and I love bagpipe music.
Why?
And because it's great.
you
It can
don't.
sound amazing.
You're a liar.
No, I do.
No one loves
Come
bagpipe
on.
music.
Like when we saw the stuff in Stirling, when we went to see The Witcher,
Yeah.
and they did the big chorus of bagpipes and the marching drums.
I was just
and all
cheering
that
for the
sort of
guys in
stuff.
kilts.
Okay, well, I like
He was
it.
just looking down.
But one bagpiper on its own is hard to pull off. And
Oh, you
I'm
can pull
not
'em
sure
off.
the Hat Films tune fits bagpiping that well.
No, well...
Got the notes right, though.
He did. It was nailed it.
Thank you very much, Jay Harkonnen, for that. Fingal.
Big up Jay
Entering us
Hartman.
into a new era of Hat Films. Well, this is like the end of the current Hat Films. Because...
What the is it?
No, it's not ending.
Hat Chat, you mean?
We're just modifying
You
the
said
format.
the end of the current Hat Films.
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Holy
Christ,
shit.
I'm confused. And we should probably apologise for the last 4 weeks of not being here.
Yeah.
We were
get into
ill.
that.
We went to Iceland. We went to places.
We can just have a little catch up with you guys today, I think.
To clarify, I think what Trott was meant to say was we're changing Hat Chat a little bit, or at least trying to change Hat Chat a little bit. So it's not going to be entirely hypotheticals. In fact, we might lay off the hypotheticals for a while because we appreciate there's only so many hypotheticals you can really do without constantly coming back to aliens.
I could keep talking about what superpower I want all the time.
Yeah, so instead we're going to try and make this a bit more just chatty. There's clues in the name.
Yeah.
A bit more chatty, talk about current affairs a bit, try and make some jokes of it. And there will be one more hypothetical at the end of this because it got sent out before we decided to do this. So
Yeah, we can still do
it's
some.
a good one, and it'll be fun to talk about. But ultimately, the hypotheticals are prompts for us to chat.
I kind of thought they always were really like they just
little
invited silly
springboards.
conversation.
But I think people now are fixating, and maybe we are to an extent as well, fixating on the hypotheticals a bit.
Like
and
on
just
rails.
seeing it like a hypotheticals podcast where we come to the same conclusions. So just spice things up a bit. We're going to stop that for a while.
Okay, Alex.
That's it. That's
Keep
That's
it loose.
really it.
Keep it loose. Keep them guessing.
Yeah.
They'll come to episode 148. Is it? Now?
Yeah, and this is about the point we do become a full right-wing alpha male podcast.
Finally,
Finally.
we have spent 147 episodes avoiding it,
Yeah.
and now we can finally see our true colours. Did we bring the red hats, or I mean, you've got yours
I've
pink?
got mine faded. I got the memo
He
wrong.
wore his in the sun too long.
Did you
Yeah.
mix it with the whites in your washing machine?
Silly.
No, I
Doesn't
just
go the
got,
other
it got
way.
really sunburned
Red
when
hats
I was
always
standing
mixed
outside
with
the
the whites.
Capitol.
Yeah. No, we won't be doing that,
I'm glad
guys.
that got overshadowed.
We
Fucking
won't
hell.
be
I
talking
said
about
the red hats.
the red
What did you
hats.
say?
Always mixed with the whites.
Oh, I see.
Oh gosh, he's going in.
I think we both
he's going in on the
different
theme
jokes.
Oh, what did you say?
I said mine got faded from all the time I was standing outside the Capitol. So we both...
When are we going in?
though. Are we just going on a
Someone
tour? Are we going on
sounding
a tour?
bagpipe.
Is it? What's the guy with the horns doing?
Yeah.
All right, let's do the... Well, should we leave the hypothetical to the end? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
End it on a hypothetical.
Yeah. Let's talk about some stuff that we've been doing recently. So, the reason...
Why have we
again,
been away for so long?
Oh yeah.
For a whole
Because we
month?
travelled for the first time in about a year and everyone got ill.
We did get ill. Well,
Yeah.
I got ill during the kind of sort of. I had a sore throat.
I got ill straight after.
Ross was a little bit ill. Trott was pretty damn ill.
Yeah.
And then Ross got an eye infection. Probably all from the same hot spring spa we went to.
It was
Which is
such a
the-
broth of illness.
It was like... I was like...
Stop drinking the water. Stop it.
I really tried to find us like an exclusive experience so we didn't feel like we were in a public swimming pool, but it did just kind of feel like we were in a public swimming pool at times. So we went to a the hell was it called? Sky Lagoon Spa in
Sky
Iceland,
Lagoon.
and more
Yeah, that was
importantly, we
Not
went to
the
Iceland.
Blue Lagoon, the Spa Lagoon.
Yeah, we didn't go to the Blue
Spa,
Lagoon
Sky
because they were like,
Lagoon, yeah.
"That's a tourist trap. Go to this one." And that was
Sky
like,
Lagoon.
I feel like I've been trapped again.
Different tourist. traps.
Different tourist trap.
They're all tourist traps, really. I mean, I guess you
Unless
can't help
you
but
go
fall
and
in
find
them.
the ones out in the middle of nowhere, yeah, kind of. But yeah, we went to Iceland. It was amazing.
Yeah.
There are vlogs that Ross has been working on for weeks now.
Yeah. It's,
how's that going,
I
Rob?
forget how much footage we film when we go out there. It's always a lot. I at the time, I'm always like, well, yeah, more is better.
Mm-hmm.
Until I have to sit down and edit it
Oh, yeah.
every evening.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, more is good. But like, there was hunting the whales. I say hunting. That's the wrong term because
very
we
much.
are deadly against. I mean, deadly's not the word either. We are against. I shouldn't say it with a smile.
Stop it now.
We We don't want the whales.
Well, we don't want the whales
I'll say it
hunted
without a smile now.
or attacked.
Fuck.
The reason
Stop
we were
killing
there,
whales.
the reason we were there was we were there with WDC, which is Well and Dolphin Conservation, which was charity that the Jingle Jam worked with, and they very kindly invited us out there to go and see some belugas, which are crazy creatures that they have
God.
So
in a
cool.
rehabilitation centre on a random island off the south coast of Iceland. We went there. It was really cool. The belugas themselves are like otherworldly.
They were like aliens
yeah.
from the film Aliens.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, to be fair, their melon is a bit alien-like.
Yeah, they got a big. Their skin
That's what they're
color
little
as well, like
Squishy top headers.
their pallid color and like not pallid, like like the matte of their skin and
Ceramic
stuff.
white.
Yeah.
And the tiny mouth that comes out, that's kind of alien-like as well.
Yeah.
It was very, very cool. As a huge nature enthusiast myself, it was really cool to see all of the amazing wildlife there. Like,
Puffins.
puffins are there as well. They're so cool.
I was a melon lover. I loved them.
You love the belugas because they're
melon
big melon.
enthusiast.
The melon, if you're not aware, is the big fatty forehead they have on the front of their head, which apparently helps with acoustics.
It like moves. It's like a muscle. It kind of
Yeah.
they kind of
Can
squish it around.
squish
It's quite
it.
interesting. But yeah, that was really cool. We had exclusive access to them, and we
Yeah.
filmed them up close. So there is.
It's gonna be some great
I
footage.
don't know what
out there.
episode that's on 2. But yeah, so the plan will be to release those soon because they're almost all done now, and that's good.
And during that,
So,
we
yeah.
went out on 2 separate whale watching trips, which is what Ross was referring to at the start
Well,
of this.
watching
Which
with
is
our eyes.
we were trying to find the whales, and what's even harder than that is using a narrower field of view camera to film whales that may pop up at any point around you in a huge open sea. So Ross had to film a lot.
Yeah,
to
we had to
hope
get like
in
very
catching
few on that particular whale
Yeah.
watching trip. But yeah, I ended up just kind of like filming just a blank area of sea, hoping for the best.
Wait for them to come into
Wait
shot
for them to come to me,
instead of you whipping around
Which-
catching the tail end, quite literally.
which I did a few times.
whale.
But yeah, it's tough. It'd be hard to film them in the wild, I think.
Them nature documentarians.
Well, maybe with better cameras, maybe it would be
They
easier.
probably had longer than a couple hours on a boat as well.
Yeah, but that's just the thing.
And
though.
it was
They
a
have to
choppy
spend
day.
hours on a
Long
boat.
time.
Imagine having to spend as a nature documentary maker, having to spend hours in these horrible conditions.
It's
Just looking through a tiny viewing hole on a camera, like, it's like being a submariner or something,
Yeah.
isn't it?
but then you see the amazing shots on like Planet Earth 2, wherever it is, or
Yeah.
is it Blue Earth? Blue, it is Planet Earth
Yeah,
2,
yeah.
I think, of the like humpbacks. Crazy shots,
Fucking
man.
nuts.
Yeah.
And it's just all so well done and like
Whale done? Was that
Nice.
intentional?
Nice.
no, you turned it into it, and I thank you for that. Yeah, and it was expertly done. And whereas I would have been like moving left and right, oh, catch over there, catch over there. These guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, they do.
That's why that's not my job.
Somebody's made a good point though. Like with whale photography, any successful shots are usually a bit of a fluke.
Yeah. And getting them out of like breaching and like actually lifting out of the water would be incredible.
The
What?
fluke is the tail of a whale.
Is it?
You know
It's
when they
another
did the
pun.
big tail slap?
It's another pun.
But it is also
But it was also right. It's a good
It's
joke, isn't it?
100% because it
It's
is
a good
also
joke. Yeah,
fluky.
yeah.
But it depends. I don't know. Like, you can lure them out somehow, right? Can you lure them? with
Lure
bait?
the whales.
Yeah.
You can't chum them like you can with sharks.
It's a lot easier if you can poon them because then they're tethered and then you can get all the shots
Well,
you want.
this is but obviously that's something.
Which is
not
something
okay,
we'd
is it?
never
We
endorse.
said
No, but we can still joke about, and it's important to maintain jokes about issues we care about. You know,
If you get too serious, then you don't.
you become weirdly hypocritical.
But we did learn
I think.
about how disgusting
Oh, it
hunting
is.
what is
And
because they use
completely
grenades.
unnecessary.
They use grenades at the end of a harpoon.
And they're often
Yeah,
unsuccessful in the first poon, so they end up
just a
shooting them
mess.
multiple times,
Yeah.
and it's horrible.
It's
And the
Humane.
whole time, the pod of whales are like all going through a horrifically traumatic experience because they're essentially the mental age of like a 10-year-old. So like they can suffer and experience horrible things, and then if the wrong whale gets taken out of a pod, then that pod becomes lost because they have like leadership roles. It's crazy, and essentially they're way too smart to kill. So stop doing it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's pretty miserable when you think about it. And we watched a few documentaries while we were there. Well, a couple of them. And
one in the museum. There's lots of good footage in our vlogs. I highly recommend you go to our Hat Films YouTube channel and watch the series when it comes out.
When it's out. I mean, it might already be out by the time you get to episode 148 of this podcast.
Well, if you're starting from scratch on Hat Chat, yes.
Yeah.
It should be out.
It will be out.
Any scratches?
God,
out
I
there?
hope so.
Any scratchers watching? Is this
Unless something happens to this computer in front of me within the next few days.
what?
Well, this is it's all on here.
What, this podcast?
No, all the footage, the whole edit and stuff.
But you've got it backed up on this drive behind you as well, right?
But that's
Well,
also
that
attached to the
is
computer.
the-
So
Now
if a small fire localized to me
just
and
upload
me
the
alone,
whole thing to Dropbox one night, because it'll give us more storage.
it's a terabyte.
Yeah. We've got a thing where they just give you the storage you need.
Yeah, they just
Fuck
keep upping it.
that.
Chuck it up
man.
there. But you could
Oh,
just
no,
leave it
I
up
do.
overnight.
To be fair, I do have everything on SD cards as well.
Yeah,
We do have a
fine.
backup.
Well, you know,
Alright, there
there's
is a
cloud
backup.
services in place to protect you and us from catastrophe.
Yeah, true. Fuck,
Um,
I don't know, man. They'll be out
He
soon.
doesn't trust the cloud. That's what it is.
You don't trust the cloud.
He doesn't
do you?
trust the
I
cloud.
don't trust those bloody
Fucking
clouds.
Anyway, that's where we were. We were in Iceland. We had a
Iceland,
great
yeah,
time.
that
There'll
was
be
good.
amazing vlogs about it very soon in the coming weeks, probably. After that, we came back. Trott got COVID. First time ever. We were joking about how he'd never got it, and that was quite remarkable. And then he
Yeah.
fucking got it.
So close to like submitting myself to science.
Yeah.
And being like, I am immune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm very much vulnerable like everybody else, and I've just been lucky up to this point.
Do you think it was a
And I
new
got it.
strain or old school?
I imagine it's always a new strain, right?
Yeah. It's still an Omicron
how it
variant,
works.
but it's a mutation of an Omicron variant. But yeah.
Boring.
Fuck
Yep.
me up.
Boring variant.
Fuck me
Yeah.
up. Like it started off like cold, flu-y, kind of bit like fevery, hot and cold
Yeah.
flushes, and then just didn't get better. Like usually after like a couple
Yeah.
days, you start to feel a little bit better. I just didn't feel better.
Yeah, it's annoying,
That's the
isn't it?
difference, I think.
Yeah.
Swollen penis.
Enormous, off the charts. Hard
Extreme.
to tell
swollen
how much
dick.
bigger it's getting when there isn't a measuring tool.
Honey, come in here. Does this look normal to you?
It's like a prize marrow.
Yeah. What
Way
the
too
fuck?
Why have you put it on a patch
Why
of
is it
soil?
so wide and short? No, but you ended up going to a wrestling match.
I did. So
Was
the
that was
NHS
the
guidelines.
end, tail end, right?
NHS guidelines now is 5 days of isolation, and if you feel better, just go back to work. They basically want you to work
Yeah.
now. Well, the government does. They're telling
Of
NHS
course
to.
they do.
But on the 5th day, it was the worst week to get COVID because there was quite a few things happening. Like my mum was coming to visit, the whole family was coming up on the Friday.
Oh, it's
We'd
never convenient
organised
to
it.
get ill, is it?
Huh?
Never convenient. to
No,
get
it's not. No, it's not.
Never convenient. And then on the Sunday, I went to a historical. Smith loves me saying this. Historical wrestling event, which had a record attendance at Wembley Stadium, and I was still like, no, I was fine. I didn't have COVID anymore. Like I did my test and stuff.
But you were
It was great.
exhausted.
I was exhausted and watched a load of men and women get sweaty and throw each other around.
And the big takeaway from that was you found that the commentary really lends itself. So watching it live,
I prefer the TV version.
that was what you felt.
It was
right?
cool to go to.
Yeah.
But like, if you're peeking over people that are constantly standing up and stuff, it's
Yeah.
the crowd.
Yeah.
The people are the
Yeah.
problem, and like you can't hear the wrestlers. You're too far away. I was next to the ramp, which is pretty cool, so I saw them coming in and out. But other than that, like the novelty was like, I've done this now.
Yeah.
It probably applies to a lot of like sports as well. Like
Yeah.
F1 or something. Probably still you see a lot more action actually watching it on
Yeah.
TV than a
You get that
small
little
part of the
segment.
track. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess it's an experience, isn't it? So it's something to do.
It was an experience, and I'm quite, glad that I went to the first big London UK-based wrestling event that has
Historic.
happened.
It was
It's
historic.
historical.
It's
81,000
People are going to be
in
scholars
attendance.
will write about this.
It will be in the annals of history.
3,000 years from now, they'll talk about it.
Wrestling.
Seems like
Yeah.
a long time. I think they'll forget.
We think they'll forget about
In
everything.
3,000 years, yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
long
it's-
time.
I don't
isn't
think
it?
this planet will be.
Do we remember much from 3,000
Much
years
what it
ago?
was.
How much recorded history is there from 3,000 years ago?
Mm.
Dunno,
Gets a bit
those
hazy at that point,
bloody
doesn't it?
pyramids were there, weren't they?
The time team knows some stuff.
Did
Oh,
they?
get
Though?
Tony Robinson in.
Yeah.
Can we get him on the podcast? Probably not.
Tony?
Yeah. You know Baldrick from
Yeah.
Blackadder?
Baldrick.
You know Baldrick?
I would only address him as Baldrick,
Or Baldrick?
which I imagine he gets all the time.
What?
It's probably quite shit, to be honest, to be just known as a character for
Wasn't
your
it
entire life.
actually saying that 3,000 years ago, God didn't make the world yet?
No, it hadn't been done.
So
Who?
God. Also
the
known
original G.
Who's that?
as OG.
Top G?
Top G.
No,
Not,
that's
no, that's not the right
somebody
one.
else.
It's
Yeah.
a different one. I don't know what you're talking about, Trott, but it sounds
Ridiculous.
poppycock. to me.
So then Yeah, then Trott got a little bit better, went to see some wrestling, and then Ross got a little bit under the weather because he got some poo in his eye, didn't you?
I don't know if it was poo. I got conjunctivitis, bacterial conjunctivitis.
It's bacterial conjunctivitis, but we're calling it poo eye.
I had to put goo, like this fucking ointment into my eye, like under the lid, which is so gross.
Yeah.
I hated doing it. It's like sliming up your eye.
Love it. I put stuff in my eyes.
Didn't like it at all. Yeah, but it was like that thick.
Not that thick.
It was like a paste.
Custard.
Put paste in your eye and tell me, come back to me and be like, yeah, it was fun. I always do this.
Did it sting?
No, it doesn't sting. It's just, it's more just like you're blurry-eyed for a bit.
I was like me when I got these fucking drops put in.
Yeah, it's like that, but also you just got goop in your eye. You kind of need to leave it in next to it's antibiotic, so you have to kind of just like use one eye for a bit and just be cat in one eye.
Well, I was cat in no eye.
So I'd mastered that kind of like, it was like this. That's how it looked. If you were watching this on YouTube, you can watch this on YouTube.
It's got really cool camera movements now.
It's got a PTZ. We got a PTZ for an upcoming role play idea.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see.
Thinking about doing a role playing idea soon, aren't we? Chris, do you want to talk about that?
What, the sexy one or the?
No, the normal one.
Okay, because that was gated.
Right.
Yeah, the normal one. We're doing a. If you've seen our content before, we've done Booty. Smith has run that one, which is a D&D based roleplay.
Took the D&D roleplay world by storm. It's
actually fundamentally shifted the whole
paradigm
industry.
Yeah, the whole industry stepped slightly to the side to avoid the podcast coming through.
Yeah, Booty.
Yeah. Now you're coming
Pirate
in
fantasy,
with your own idea.
Yeah, which is not my own idea, but it's our idea.
Right.
Because it's based on our Jingle Jam saga, Neon Musk, which is all about a dystopic future where there are crockermen, which is a hybrid of human and crocodile.
Yep.
Created by some philanthropist, billionaire psycho called Elon Musk.
Yep.
Is actually Elon.
We just named him. Yeah, it's just Elon Musk.
And we're trying to create a soundscape every time we do this charity. We just do improv music.
It's just continued. It's the same one.
But
it's not the same one. We did one in 2017.
Yeah.
Then we left it for a couple of years. Then went back to it. But now that's all we've done for the last 3 years.
Exactly. And
because we wanted higher quality music.
We've been world building this whole time, and I thought, why not dive into that world and have a little role play sesh? Because I think it would be fun and we all know it.
We could certainly make it up well enough.
Exactly.
You know?
So we're going to be playing Crockerman, right?
Oh, well, I mean...
You don't know?
We don't know. I'm going to guess. This actually is a guess because this might be wrong. But yeah, we'll be...
I've got a plan.
Part of a crew.
He's planning it. So
you guys got to work together, obviously.
It'll be a sci-fi roleplay adventure where me, Ross, and Craig, I believe, are the characters, and Trott is the DM. So that's coming up.
Set in the world of Neon Musk.
Yeah. So it'll probably... What were we saying? It's going to have like limited parts to it as well, isn't it? I remember we talked about this a little bit. I don't know whether we want to talk about it now or not, but essentially it'll have a...
Thinking about how we air it, basically. The first episode, at the very least, will be a full-on public release. But Booty, we noticed, very much appealed to a very bespoke amount of our audience, and was very much a niche that the people that loved it really loved it, and it wasn't very wide appeal, which is fair enough, but we still want to do more of it. So we're thinking it might become a members series. But we haven't 100% of that yet. But that is the way we're thinking. Episode 1, see if you like it. If you do, become a member. Watch the rest of it. That's the idea.
I see. And we don't know when we're doing that yet either.
No. But I do like the idea of Croctober. Someone just said Croctober.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
Our October's
There's like
full.
3 weeks of October where we're doing various different things.
We're going to TwitchCon and Las Vegas in October.
It's in the same place.
It's the same place. We'll go to TwitchCon for a couple of hours, and then we'll spend the rest of the time in Vegas doing fun stuff.
Another vlog series.
Yeah, another vlog series.
We're going to Ross to edit. I'm going to record so much footage.
Yeah, I'm going to
just to cover everything.
And hours on my phone.
We'll see.
Every toilet trip I'm going to record. Can you put that in?
Yeah, I can put them in. I suppose I don't.
Uncut.
Ding!
I can put some music to that. Make that interesting somehow.
So we're going
pissing again. Let's do a montage.
Yeah, like I want a little
pissing montage.
You've got diabetes. We are going to Vegas. It's going to be interesting. We're staying in a nice hotel. We're going to go.
We haven't done the American
activities.
TwitchCon before.
We've never done the American TwitchCon before.
I imagine it's the same.
Do you think it's going to be much different? Yeah,
but it's going to be very American.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
It's weird because I don't really know what to do at a TwitchCon. As in,
Yeah.
if I was a watcher of Twitch, are you going specifically to see the person that stream? You like watching
And the community around them, I imagine. Yeah.
That must is that
people are forming groups and being like,
Yeah.
we can finally meet up.
So it's like they've hired a hall and just said, but you do it's like you create the content again, essentially.
It's kind of stupid because we
And
also
then
have to pay for tickets.
Oh, we do, yeah. But
As a creator, it's bloody dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think from our viewpoint of what. There is merch there.
Twitch merch, yeah. It's expensive.
I guess you can get it online as well, right?
You can get online.
We won't spend much time at the TwitchCon, I imagine. We'll probably just breeze through that one in, like you say, a couple hours, and then actually go do some cool shit.
Yeah, if you want to see us, we'll make it clear when we're there, and it'll be a very limited amount of time when we are there.
Yeah,
because we want to go and explore Vegas and do some cool stuff.
Yeah,
because you can't record a convention for too long without it being boring. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's just loud, and I'm not selling it, am I?
And it's loud. And it's busy.
And there are people who
it's warm. It smells like bodies.
If we're not, unless we're doing a specific thing, or like saying, okay, X amount of people come here, and there's our merch and stuff, and our setup. It doesn't.
We don't have the
I don't understand the reason to go otherwise, but it's maybe it'll be better than the other ones we've been to.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Fingers crossed. And if you are going, then
all the best conventions happen in Vegas,
we'll announce when and where we'll be.
Yeah, if you've got some great tips on things to do or see, leave them in the comments.
Yeah, give us tips
wherever this is being put, like on the YouTube channel.
Yes,
that might be useful. I've done quite a lot of research, and we've got some time. But
hopefully we'll do some different things. So, because obviously we've been to Vegas a few times now, a couple of times now, which is pretty cool, and we've done a lot of stuff there. But there's plenty to do normally. So, obviously there's loads of shows and stuff you can go and see, but we can't film or make that entertaining.
Can't make content out of it.
You can't just film a Cirque du Soleil and be, I'll just re-upload the whole thing onto YouTube. We can't do that. No. We try to with the Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil experience. I just find it bizarre that we went to that one. I think it was the only
no regrets.
I think it was the fact that it was like one of our last nights there, and we just like, I think we get the concierge to sort it out for us.
Yeah, I'll get some seats, and they were like the best seats in the house as well. Like we were right in front of the fucking actors who came out, who were clearly actors.
We should go see Adele. She's there.
I know.
Why is she in Vegas?
Doing like a Vegas.
She does like a Vegas thing, so she just like gets paid like
because they get paid
tons of money.
Shit tons.
She still tour the world though.
No, she's doing a residency in Vegas.
She
like
stays
Celine Dion
put.
did. They just stay put in Vegas for like a year, and then they do like 100, 200 shows, and then they make like hundreds of millions of pounds.
They basically get a giant net, and just fill it with cash.
Celebs go to die though.
Night. No, she's not.
I mean, it's like a great thing to do for a bit. Like if you're Adele, you've got a bunch of successful albums.
Some do.
Huh? What, die there?
Well, Celine Dion was there until she got ill, I think.
She ill now, is she?
I think so.
She ill. How old? She's quite old now, isn't she? Well, not that old.
Well, I'm just saying, like, and Britney went there, and wow.
I think Britney maybe
she made the right choice financially, I'm sure.
Vegas.
Well, yeah, but that's probably a good place. Stay in one place. That's what MJ should have done.
Showbiz isn't kind to people, is it? I don't think.
It's not. Make your money, get out of there.
Yeah.
There's those guys with the tigers still there, right? We never saw them. Is it
the Tiger Kings?
No,
they're in prison.
Different tiger guys.
He's in prison.
Yeah, I know he is.
Yeah, and one of his boyfriends is in hell.
No, what are they called? There's a couple of guys who've got tigers.
Sorry, what?
There's a white tiger and a.
No? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Let's go see Carrot Top.
I know Carrot Top. I know Blue Man Group.
The Blue Man. We haven't seen that. And again, I guess this is the issue. We're trying to prioritize the content we can make for you guys.
We can't
just be going. Well, we spent X amount on tickets to go see.
People are saying Siegfried and Roy.
Is it Siegfried and Roy? I think it might be Siegfried and Roy.
Wow, everyone knows Siegfried and Roy.
Exactly. This is why. Yeah. I mean.
Set them free.
I don't think we could go. I don't think I could go and see an animal-based act anymore. Now
there's a photo of them. See, oh my God, that's from the 80s. They aren't still active, are they?
Wait, I thought.
Oh no, one of them's dead.
One of them's dead.
Is it from a?
One died by his own tiger.
Kind of serves him right.
One of them was killed by a tiger.
I don't have sympathy for someone who deals with tigers.
No. Stupid. It's
Yeah.
just like hey, look at me, I've got this really dangerous animal that truly I can't really control.
It's eating me, it's eating me. He's like,
yeah.
yeah, that's going to happen.
Fuck, man,
It's
I thought
like
you were my
a
friend.
fucking killer dog issue, where it's just like, if you can't control your dog,
I would say that's a
you shouldn't have it.
a massive, like, an owner issue. This is the problem, because obviously there's, and I kind of think there should be some more control on like who can have dogs.
Yeah.
Especially powerful dogs.
Huge dogs.
But obviously then there'll be like there's probably an underground market. I mean, some of these are being bred illegally anyway.
Yeah.
But like, was it a Bully XL, right? Is the one that they're proposing should be banned. But like, yeah, like most
Why
animals.
does
Like,
it have a size on the end of it?
I don't fucking know.
XL.
Maybe, yeah, can I just get an L? No.
Got any M's?
Because
M's or below.
Because more often than not, like, I mean, yeah, sure, those dogs might look threatening, but some of them are really fucking fine. It just depends on how they've been brought up and the ownership involved. Because some people are just shit at dealing with their dogs.
Yeah.
But that applies to loads of dogs.
Shit
like those tiny little fucking bastard dogs. What are they?
Tiny bastard dogs. Is that a breed?
Yeah, they're called
West
tiny
Highland
bastard
Terriers?
dogs. Yeah.
Japanese Spitz.
What do they look like? West Highland Terrier?
Oh no,
Little yappy fuckers.
just-
Terrier?
those Mexican ones.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahuas, they're the ones. Yeah, they're ratty little bastards. They can get pissy,
They are pissy.
and no one tries to ban those.
They got
fuckers.
small dogs.
But no,
you
like-
can easily pull them off of anything.
This is
They're
true.
not much of a
well, this is
threat.
true.
Chihuahua goes
like
nuts. You just pick it up and go.
I think that's it. It's when you see someone who clearly looks much lighter than the dog they're holding. It's like if that dog did run or try to grab, it's always a kid's face, right?
It's a dangerous animal.
It's a child's face.
In the public.
Let's be honest. That's all they're so hungry for children's faces.
They love.
There's something about their face. They just want to grab it, pull it off. But yeah, half the time you got this kind of meek-looking bastard who hasn't washed, and he's just like trying desperately to.
Hasn't washed.
Yeah, this is the people I've seen.
That's just a
But he's
weird
just
detail.
desperately trying to pull it, and it's just like, well, if that dog did decide to do anything, you are fucked.
Yeah.
And whoever's at the other end. But I don't know. I've never seen a dangerous dog.
That would snap a malnutrition meth forearm in half, wouldn't it?
Oh, what was that massive dog I saw? There's a Como. No, it's like an Afghan something. It's like the biggest.
Wolfhound.
Afghan mountain dog.
Something like that. It's Como or something. I don't know. But it was that dog. Fucking looks terrifying. It's massive.
Yeah.
It's like that is like a tiger size.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want that fucking trying to get to you.
Yeah.
But
I
don't know if they're commonly in
to
the
go
UK.
with Mochi.
Sorry?
I was thinking about getting an enormous dog to go with Mochi.
To go with Mochi as a defender of Mochi. And
or
Mochi's
just for the lol.
oh, like a little and large.
Yeah. A Samoyed,
Yeah.
which is like the big version
Fluffy.
of Mochi.
Big fluffy and yeah.
And I just want the reaction of Mochi watching this dog grow bigger and bigger than her, and then her to have an existential crisis of like, why am I not that big? That's such a big version of.
I don't think she has the processing power to even consider that.
Maybe not.
Just anything like that. Just to think.
Maybe not.
To think outside the box, going, why is this thing bigger than me? I think, no. Waiting for a treat. I had to take Murph to a fucking vet today.
Why?
He can't shit.
Oh no.
Well, I gave him like a bone
shit.
thing the other day, and like, well, a day ago. He hasn't been able to shit since. He crouches down to do it, and he can't go.
Can you give him like laxatives?
Well, I have.
Or
That's why I'm kind of worried.
you're gonna go home and just
I'm
find.
kind of
like,
worried.
chocolate
I
milkshake
came to him
everywhere.
just before we left. I was like, oh fuck! I hope he doesn't just shit everywhere.
He could have.
But then he was struggling so much. I don't think he would. But then there has been times, and this is a dog owner's like life is dealing with dog shit all the time. I've talked about it plenty of times.
Yeah.
And like he's had a bone before, and it's been fine. But like the poos are like harder.
Yeah.
And like he yelps, he does a little like you think someone's attacking him when he poops it out. And like I think this one was. I was worried it was lodged in him, so I was like, oh fuck, like.
Yeah, you can get.
So I took him to the vet and
get some
75
serious
quid
issues.
for a vet to finger bang my dog.
I would have paid more.
And she was like, no, I think he's just trying to push it out. It's like, yeah, I think he is as well.
So when did
Trying to push out an egg.
He's just not doing a
she
good
or
job.
he put the finger?
I was holding him like a barrel. I was like making sure
And
because
she was just putting her
and
fingers
she was
up
just
his
making
arse.
sure that because obviously like I think the like if it's lodged like further into his stomach, as in if it's stuck.
But how
there wouldn't be
how
a-
did he react to getting a finger pushed up his
Well,
arse?
he was it was a traumatic experience.
Did he like swing his head around a lot?
Well, he was. We'd put
What does he
they
think?
put a little muzzle on him because he was trying to like bite her.
Oh, right.
Because he was just like really like get off my ass, as you would. It was traumatizing.
Did she spit on her fingers
If you did
before she did it?
If you did this to a human, you go to prison.
Did she spit on her fingers?
I don't think she spat on her fingers.
She got lube.
No, I didn't see. I was at his end,
She
just
got some
calming him
KY.
down. I was calming him down, but I had to hold him
Yeah.
and like really just wrestle all the muscular movement that he was just trying to
Yeah.
get out of there. And it's like, poor guy. It's like, I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry. And yeah, she was like, yeah, no, he's probably going to poo it out. It's just going to take a while. I was like, okay. And then laxatives. Grim.
He's shitting all over.
I don't know. I do not think he is. He's going to have to push. It's going to be like a birth. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun. But it's one of those things. I'm not going to give him a bone again.
No, I wouldn't.
God, no.
No. Shards.
God, it wasn't the shards.
When he does
Normally
do the poop.
we want me to film him taking a shit.
It could be hours.
Well, no, mate, last night. So I took him out when I got home. So I took him out like 6. Then I took him out at 8. Then I took him out at 11. All these times because I knew he consciously wasn't having a shit. I was like, okay, maybe he's a bit better now. Took him out at 2 a.m. He still didn't. Took him out at 5:30 a.m.
That's too long.
Because I was consciously thinking, God, like he's not done it in a while now.
Early in the morning.
And like it was playing on my mind to that point where I was literally couldn't sleep. That's worrying.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's. Would you just sleep through that? Would you think,
Yeah.
fuck it, it's a dog. If he died,
No, yeah.
I would jump off the cliff. Then I honestly, that would be not cool.
Oh my God.
I'm not emotionally capable to deal with him dying. So I was worried about it. And then 5 a.m. Then I was like, okay, well 7, we'll try it. No. And then I called the vet, and then took him over
She's
there.
like, yeah.
And she was like,
Squeeze
It's not
out.
coming
yeah,
out.
he'll do it. Just give him some of these. I was like, oh, brilliant. Okay, £75, please, sir. I was like, fuck me.
She did. I mean, you had to pay me.
But the thing
you
is,
had to
like-
pay me more than 75 quid to put my fingers up a dog's ass.
Why?
Why not? I don't want to put my fingers up a dog's ass.
They're always doing that.
Yeah, now they are, but that doesn't degrade their price.
Well,
you don't go in and go, oh,
I'd
how
rather
much
they
do you
put-
enjoy putting your fingers up a dog's ass? I'm
I'd
not
rather.
gonna...
That's probably much more preferable than to like putting it to sleep and cutting it open and like rummaging around or keyhole surgery and stuff. That's horrible. That's like rough.
But what I'm saying is £75.
Yeah, no,
I'd
also,
need to be paid
I think that's
more
not bad.
to
Not
do
the
their job.
craziest price, considering
Yeah.
like it's like instant, as in like I got to see them straight away.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's all
like,
private, isn't it? Yeah.
and it was but like, I on the phone I was like, look, like you probably could just tell me on the phone what I should do. Do I just get laxatives? And they probably would have said, yeah, sure, and it would have cost a tenner.
Dog collapse.
You're gonna have to
they were
seal.
like, no, come in straight away, sir. Yes, come in. £75. Woo. Fuckers.
Do they?
And I
have,
saved my dog. It's fine.
do they have the vacuum option?
Well, do you know what? I was thinking of creative ways. And like, but then I
Shaking
thought,
it.
like, how bad would it be if you just put a tube in his bum and then
You could prolapse and.
you could
prevent-
really fuck up the insides of a dog.
Yeah, of
it's
course
not.
you
It's not a
could.
fucking plumber.
Think
it's
about would
not
you do
plumbing.
this to a human being? No, so don't do it.
Use a
to
plunger.
Well, that's it. Yeah. It's like,
you could get a turkey base to fill it with hot water, squeeze
well,
it in.
that was the other thing. Was
Yeah.
loose. Yeah. Do you want to? Because I gave him a bit of coconut oil
Yeah,
because apparently, like
Yeah.
certain oils can help like loosen them up, like
yeah.
like some sort of fucking mechanical toy.
The fats
so-
and oils make your shits more liquidy.
Yeah. So I gave him some of that, and obviously that didn't really make a difference in the morning. But yeah, I did think that maybe what if you turkey based and then kind of loosen up. But fuck me, like I don't want to think of these things.
Well, you do.
But like you know your dog needs to have a shit. If he doesn't have a shit.
Be
But
a
he looked,
funnel?
poor little bastard was
Funnel?
just looked uncomfortable most of the night. He was like, wriggling around, is like, and he kept laying down on the walk because he just
Did you try massaging his
Oh,
stomach?
that's
Yeah.
why I was laying
you
down.
could feel it in there.
Oh,
You could feel like kind of hardened tubing. It's fucking weird, man. Do you feel that on your lizards? No, you wouldn't.
They're all squishy.
They're all
You
squishy.
could just squeeze.
You can squeeze like toothpaste.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, squished in too hard.
So yeah. So I mean, they do say if your dog has a poor stomach, you can give it gentle massage. Don't push, because I was worried that now, like, what if there were shards and I'm just like lacerating him by like rubbing it? That's
Create some
scary.
nice anal
That's a scary
fissures.
fucking thought.
As long as he's
man.
drinking enough, he should be right.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, he was drinking, and he seemed fine. If he was completely like kind of just not bothered, like kind of just completely lazy looking, and
Lethargic.
then he's
yeah.
he would be at death's door probably, but he's fine.
So you got to get in there with a dessert spoon and start digging it out
Yeah,
like you're
chopsticks.
working, like you're working at
cream.
a
Whisk
coal,
around.
a coal face.
Yeah. All right, buddy. The thing is, I'm here, like, I'm there just like standing over him, cheering him on. I'm just like, oh yeah, go on, good boy, yeah. Go on. You can see this kind of like almost this. Yeah, but no, there's a genuine fear because he's like he thinks someone's trying to hurt him from behind. He's like this egg kind of shape's forming,
Oh my
but he can't
God.
push past that barrier. And it's almost like you want to fucking give him a C-section. You want to be like, come on, buddy, let's get this bad boy out of there.
Let's cut this
Or you want
shit
to just
out
like
of
this
you.
little just release. But like, yeah, you can't force a dog to shit.
That would be
You
way
can't-
more painful.
Well, I'm not going to do that to him.
Also,
I
you can't
call
because
the
you're
vet,
not a
guys.
surgeon. You've actually got no
Oh,
idea.
God,
You're
I'm
just
ne-
imagining if
Yeah.
you start cutting.
I was trying to think of what
Oh
would
my
you do?
God.
Have you ever had a hard shit like that? Though? Like,
Yeah.
Have you ever had one where you really just didn't want to push?
Yeah.
You're like,
I use laxatives.
Oh, I'm not pushing there.
No, I just pushed
But
beyond
have
it.
you pushed? Have you pushed through?
Yeah.
I did
No.
once and it was horrible. I hated it. Never again.
I've done it.
It felt like a golf ball of just pain. Jesus. And
I definitely have
the thing
ones
is,
that are
was
really
what
sharp.
My empathy was there. That's
Yeah.
where my memory was of like that moment. And
You
then
gotta
like,
go through
him having to push what is probably like a hardened crust of like bone formed into the shape of a turd, desperately trying to get it out of there, but it's breaching a hole that isn't big enough. So poor little guy, man. I thought she was gonna turkey baste him. I thought she was gonna put some sort of fluid up his ass. I thought, well, I mean, anything, just do anything. He looks uncomfortable. Poor little guy.
So how long
and he
ago
can't
was
show
his
that much emotion on his
what sort
face.
of
He's got
laxatives?
eyebrows, but that's about. Sorry,
What kind of laxatives was he had?
I don't know. It was just like this paste.
Is it like something they put in his mouth?
It was
or-
literally just like a food paste type thing because they'll just eat it.
Did he like it?
He didn't. He ate it. Yeah.
And so,
He didn't ask for seconds. He didn't just go, "Can I have some more, please?"
so you might
He
go
would eat
home
more.
to.
I could give him loads. I gave the amount that he was supposed to have. So.
What are you going to do if the equivalent of a brown fruit has happened all over your house now? Then
Then I'm gonna get
You'd be
the
happy.
fucking
have
marigold.
you
on.
had a bad like poo incident before?
No, he's never shat in my house.
Right.
He's never pissed in my house. Even on the balcony, he won't do it. Which I kind of think is
That sounds
annoying.
heavenly.
It's partially annoying though because I do have to. It's 4 floors. You got to go down to let him do his business. And it's just like, well, at least
Trust me,
pee
it's
on there.
way
You can
worse.
pee on there, but
Getting a mop out.
in the house though, yeah, he's never done it.
Soaking
He's
up
really
piss
well.
and
Like he
shit.
was. We were very strict
Oh,
with
this
him at
was-
the beginning,
Half eaten. Cool.
and so yeah, he
Gotta
has.
brush my dog's teeth now.
He's thrown up on the carpet before though. That's different. He doesn't care about throwing up in the house. But
Ooh.
I mean, to be fair, a dog throwing up is a really unsettling sight.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
like the stomach kind of vacuums in, and it kind of like convulses, and it's just this really kind of like, what the fuck can I do?
Yeah.
What do I do? I
That's
just
like the Mexican wave.
pull his
thing,
ears
right?
back.
Like,
Don't worry, buddy. Yeah, it's really just
Yeah.
like a really weird like suction sound. It's like,
yeah.
fuck, and you just look at him, kind of just what do I do? Just place him away from carpet, just onto the hard
Point
point.
towards that, face towards
You're
enemy.
in the
Yeah.
no,
no.
and you're trying to like.
There have
rush.
been times where I think that I've heard that noise and I have never gotten out of bed faster
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
That's the
you
one
then want to
thing.
make sure he's not on the carpet. Because fuck me, like it's hard to get out of the carpet. It's like acidic.
It is. Yeah.
Just creates this kind of like whitish, paler stain on the carpet.
That's why I got wood floors.
Yeah, I haven't everywhere else but the bedroom. But like he stays in the bed, so like luckily he doesn't do it on the bed. But if I hear that little, I am like
somebody
I wake
popped up
up
in
like
their bed.
like there's an air raid siren. It is literally like that, like a helicopter above my house. Like the other day,
Like
5:30 a.m. You got a fucking helicopter in the middle of Bristol. Looked like it was about to land on my balcony. It literally, and Murphy
We're
was
coming
like,
in.
"Roo, roo," like barking his head off, like, yeah, what the fuck? There's a fucking helicopter about to land on us. That was weird. I was scared.
What do you think they were finally coming for you?
Finally,
They were like
yeah.
they're gonna get King of the Pirates.
Yeah, flush it all, boy. Flush it, just flush. Okay.
No, what I told you about pissing on all the hard drives. Come on. Douse those suckers.
Yeah, so that's dog life. That's you just let Mochi shit there and go, God, for fuck's sake.
Mm.
How old is she? Why does she sit shit inside still? I thought she had a cat clap.
No, I can't have the cat flap anymore because Ripley's
so
an
you're
indoor
at the
cat.
your indoor cat, yeah.
I don't know why.
annoying.
It's a behaviour that sticks, and no amount of training will stop her from doing it when I'm away. But it doesn't happen that often. It's not such a big deal that I'm like, this is bad, and I'm gonna have to pay for training or something.
Right, but when you come home, you're not like just sort of
Ugh.
checking all the floors and
No, I don't have to religiously do
sniffing
that.
heavily. Just make no.
If I do it, if it happens, it's my fault because like I should have let her out just before and I probably forgot to let her out, and it's my own fault, and I left her too long, and she's just got to the point where she can't hold it in anymore.
Tiny bladder.
Yeah, but that's it,
That's fair enough.
and I'm sure that's exciting
What?
Yeah.
for our audience.
Oh, I see. Well,
Well, there was one thing we asked our audience, and that was the hypothetical.
Indeed.
Yes.
Which
Shall
I
we
do
round it off
hypothetical.
Yeah.
with our last hypothetical? Unless we obviously come up with random ones.
Oh, yeah.
In future episodes,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
might
yeah.
happen. Okay, so the winning one is the following, which is from the internet. Would you like to
oh
read it?
shit, yeah, it's the top one.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know why, but
So-
you've ended up reading them, so
that's fine.
I wouldn't want to take that
can
away
read
from you. You can read.
as long as my fingers are touching
let me get
each
good.
word. You are selected to play a game against another person. The winner will get £1 million. You're allowed to choose any game. This sounds like... Okay, I'll read on. And the other person will be coached by the best players of that game for some time, depending on the game. What game do you choose? Was this in Squid Game? Was it? No, this was... Oh, that's when they're not doing like a marble game. No, choosing what the rules were. That's probably different.
Right, okay. Yeah.
So any game. So that could be video game, like sports-based games.
Yeah, so basically in Squid Game, they were given a bag of marbles and
Yeah.
told to compete against other people, and they would agree the rule set with the
Yeah,
marbles.
okay. That's not the same. I just
In a
that
world
came to
where
mind.
everyone understands marble rules.
Well,
like,
you didn't always play marbles.
Everyone,
as a kid?
I know. That's good game. It's
I don't
like
think I ever played
luckily
marbles.
everyone's played some form of game with marbles because it sure isn't common where I grew up. Anyway, yeah. So we are going to basically play against another person. So it's got to be a game that you're going to be really good at, and then they're going to be trained as much as they can to try and compete
By the
against
best
you.
in the world.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to level the playing field, right? No amount of coaching of this game will make them much better than what we are. So you got to find a game that hasn't got complications or like a skill set which can be trained. Something like hide and seek.
Or D&D.
Like
If D&D counted,
Hide and seek because you're choosing a game. Surely, like we can say you can use video games though. What is there a video game you're particularly good at?
it has to be, let's say it has to be a video game.
no amount of why?
Oh, okay.
Because that makes
Why?
this
It says any
harder. It makes this more focused.
Oh,
But you
okay.
could just choose prop hunt.
Prop hunt.
Yeah? You play prop hunt. Yeah?
Because it's like no amount of coaching.
But
They
that's,
could learn the
surely
maps.
that's
They could
playing
learn the
against
maps.
yourself though as well because, like you say, they could learn the maps in a short period of time. But people normally
It
always
would
hide
be
around
very
here
frustrating
they
to
look
not
like-
find them, and they're like a tiny little,
yeah.
I don't know, takeaway cup or something like that.
So you try and
So
hide,
what's-
basically.
surely, like if like you challenged me and you said
So,
Dota,
sorry.
and someone trained me, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I still would not be able to beat you.
Yeah.
Like that. How long is the training? It says just some time.
Let's presume let's say it's...
How many 10,000 hours you've played?
No, like 3,000. But
10,
like I haven't played
100,000.
Dota in about a year.
Sure.
So...
Yeah, but that's
It's
But
gonna
I'd
be
still
a-
be far better. You're right.
Of course,
Simply
yeah.
because of the time investment
Yeah.
needed. I don't think I could probably... It would take me a long time to get as good as you at COD. I don't know anything about the game.
Mm.
That would be probably where I'd have to learn the most. Because like stuff like shooter reflexes are broad. I mean, you could learn recoil.
You can also have an
patterns
off
and
day
stuff.
as well,
Yeah.
and like not be good that day.
Yeah.
at
What don't
FPS.
matter because you're hiding. In the moment you've been asked to compete
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
for
hide.
£1 million, your first option was to I'm going to hide really well.
Well, that's the thing. It's that there's no barrier to entry.
Yeah.
They're not going to be any better at it than I am.
Yeah,
Like-
I understand your reasoning. It's just funny
But surely
that
you
that's
would
why your
choose something
brain,
that you are really
mind
good
went
at.
to hiding straight away.
I want to hide. You'll never find me.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean though. Like in a world, that's why I said D&D could be a good one because before we said it had to be a video game,
Right.
because you could learn all the rules of D&D, but if you're shit at thinking on your feet or role playing or using those rules to your advantage, then it doesn't really matter. So what you're saying is like you need to capitalize on untrainable skills in a trainable environment. So what would you like for me? I don't know. It's very because I like team-based games and I like competitive games, and competitive games can 100% be trained.
All right, the full show of a Gladiators episode.
Huh?
You participate in Gladiators
Oh, okay.
with the other contestant,
Yeah.
and you got to go through Wolf
Yeah.
and all that.
I could choose somebody who's physically inferior to me.
You don't choose.
Well, that's fucked.
What? Choose someone
What if you were just going to go against like Wolf or someone?
No, you
No,
can't
I'm
go-
going to go against a 90-year-old lady.
You can't choose that.
Strength, the fear.
She's rolling around in that
Just
hamster-
fat her in
A
the head.
montage of you just wailing on an old lady with a fucking on the top of a podium.
One of those things.
I'm gonna break your hip, lady.
The
Boo!
stick with the big cushions on the end, like just one bop round the head. Yeah, £1 million. No, when it comes to video games, I guess what's my best game? Fuck, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm very good at any game. Honestly, I don't think I'm that kind of gamer.
Depends on who you're up against, because obviously, yeah, like you say, you'd want to choose someone who isn't familiar with that game.
Yeah.
Trials.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
could-
more than
honestly,
likely
yeah.
able to beat someone,
Yeah.
an average person that gets
Like an
trained for a
extreme
little bit
track
at
of
trials.
Yeah.
Because like no amount of like,
No,
it takes muscle memory to get good at that game, and that takes
that's
time.
good.
Mhm.
I think it would take time for certain shooters as well to
Yeah.
get used to either the gun or like the way it's played, or
Well, there are trainable skills within a shooter, isn't it? Like, for
Yeah.
example, Counter-Strike is recoil patterns.
it does
So
give
people,
you some
once
time.
You learn.
That's
Like,
time,
so
though,
loose
yeah.
and vague. So if it's like 100 hours. Like,
Should
Yeah.
we say 100 hours then? That's a
Sure.
decent amount.
do you think 100 hours? I still think Trials is probably a good shout for you. 'Cause holy shit. I mean, we've played the same amount of time as Trott has, and we're no better
You've done 100
than we
hours.
were when we started.
No.
Whereas he's obviously just
Personal interest, though, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. Hopefully, we
I guess
pick
so.
someone that just doesn't want to learn that much either.
they
And
won the million though, surely.
They won the
Are they-
million.
are they
Yeah,
up for
true.
grabs?
That's
The
a good
millions up for
motivation.
grabs?
That's a good motivation.
Very good
It's
motivation.
kind of a shit sandwich for them.
Remember when there was a TV show where people had to learn like a skill over a month, and then they would get money
yeah.
if they did it. I think it was hosted by Carol Vorderman or something like that. But basically, the challenge was, I remember one is a woman had to learn every single tube stop on
right. Oh my
the
God.
London Tube and like where it was placed on the map.
God.
And she had, I think it was like a month
Shit.
to learn it, and from memory.
It's
And
like learning that taxi map guide.
yeah,
The knowledge.
The
Yeah.
knowledge, yes. But obviously, you have longer than a month. But like, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
It's called Google Maps.
But this was like that, except she didn't get a million. She got less than that, but she got a chunk of change, and
Still.
and she succeeded. It was very impressive.
Well, do you
Yeah.
just have to read them all out? Like if you memorize every state. Of
Yeah, she's like,
America,
okay,
for
right,
example,
Victoria
stuff like
line, this stop, then this stop, then this stop.
You're
It
a
had to
Vic-
be in order.
What's
Oh, wow.
after Victoria Parade?
Yeah, exactly. But like she had to lay it all out. It was pretty wild.
that. How would you?
yeah.
How would you try and learn? that?
Cilla Black, Moment of Truth is what
Moment
it was
of truth. Wow.
called. Yeah.
Gosh, so fucking
Cilla Black.
marketing on that. How would you remember that? I feel like I would literally just. So do you listen to like the same playlists on Spotify
Yeah.
sometimes? And you
Know what songs coming
you
next.
know exactly, even though
Yeah.
obviously you've curated the playlist, but I don't
Yeah.
shuffle it. I just tend to go, I'll listen to this again. It's just
And you
I
associate
know
the end of one song.
all of the
with
songs,
start
yeah,
of
and
another.
I remember
Yeah.
the exact start of the next one. I'm like,
Yeah.
you could just do that with all of the names and just play it over and over in
Mhm.
your head until
Yeah.
you're like, well, that comes after that.
And you
one,
can use all
obviously.
those techniques of like,
Yeah.
In your bathroom,
Association.
have all of the things on
Yeah.
there. It's all revising tips, if anything. So if
Ultimately,
you are
study
revising-
exactly. Ultimately, it's the same skills
I
really
fucking
that you
hated
use with
revising.
studying.
Indeed.
But then again, think about like I hate revising as well. I don't like academics. Full stop. It turned out I was like, don't think I like studying very much.
I
But
just
when
found
you
it really
find a
tedious.
thing you love to read about,
Mm.
then you have no problems. And that's really it. It's not necessarily about people who are good at revising and
Or
bad at revising.
academic.
It's a person that's able to motivate themselves to engage with what they're doing. That's what it
It's
comes
quite
down
hard
to.
to do with kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't know what you want, I think it helps a lot if
Yeah.
you know what you want in life, what you want to be, what you enjoy early on. And some people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't, and that's where you get a bit lost, I think.
Yeah. But fuck yeah. I had friends who like I'd go in their houses and you go in their bathroom and it'd be filled with like random facts, science facts. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, it's just help me revise. It's like, oh, I guess so. If you're just taking a shit, you can just look around. And
Yeah.
soak it in
it
again.
kind of just soaks into you organically,
Yeah.
which is quite a good way to do, I suppose.
Yeah,
If you choose to look around in people's bathrooms.
Oh, yeah. Snoop.
I'm there
I'm
a
normally
lot.
just staring at my own dick.
I'm usually
Don't you?
pooing in the system.
Then you have to scroll all the
The
research
system
notes on
reaching
there.
up.
I walk in, and if I see an openable cistern, I'm like, nice.
Jackpot.
There it is.
Lay a deuce.
Oh, baby.
And then go, have good luck having
Mine's inside the wall. How do I get this off? Sorry, what? It's just like you took a flush panel off. What the hell? Yeah, I had to get to the cistern. How? Why?
If you confuse
look
as
in
to
there.
why the toilet's always
Oh.
brown, don't look in your cistern.
So many
Don't
bits.
look. My
It's not. It's
God.
never clean.
Well, holy shit, that was it.
That was a
Yeah.
hypothetical. Sure.
That was the end of the
Yeah.
hypothetical. Ended on shit.
Oh
We
God, it
had
did.
dog shit.
Why not?
and-
I'm sorry for
Yeah,
bringing
poo
up
eye
the
at the
dog.
start.
The dog shit comes up, but the poo eye thing wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't get
Poo
poo.
eye.
I mean, I guess bacteria can be from anywhere.
Yeah, and yours was in poo.
It could have been from the dog, which
Dog
again
Pink eye.
gave him a
Dog
wash
pink eye.
as well. Kept my eyes away from him.
So we hope you
Really don't
enjoyed.
touch your eyes.
Yeah, don't touch your eyes
It's worrying.
after finger banging a dog.
Don't finger bang your dog and then touch your eye, or don't hold your dog in a braced position with his muzzle on while he just struggles and a vet sticks their finger up his
Well,
butt.
sometimes you have to do that.
I felt like I violated my son.
You complicit.
I was complicit. I said, no, it's a medical professional
It's good
saying
for
this
you.
is fine. But in any other, if I did this on the streets and a stranger helped me, we would be taken to prison. We would be taken somewhere.
It's for your own good.
And that almost happened yesterday. There was a guy who literally was trying to put water into his left hand. He was like, "Oh, I'll help your dog." And obviously Murphy's there trying to squeeze one out. And he's like, "Oh, let me help your dog." He came up with these dirty, and he just had a cigarette as well, so he had these dirty, grimy hands. Poured like a bottle of water. I was trying to feed him, and I'm just like, "Well, give him water." And I'm just like, "Oh, thanks, mate. Thank you." Oh, I love beagles. It's just like, "Oh, cool. Please don't touch him. I don't want to wash him." Some of the people you see, just honestly
terrifying.
You spend a couple hours every day wandering around anywhere in Bristol. I've explored pretty much everywhere. Do not go. There are certain places. Oh my God, this happened. Just to squeeze this in at the end.
Yeah. It's a public service announcement.
But like,
do not go where.
Where do you live in Bristol?
There's a subway near what's now called the Chocolate Path, which isn't what you think it is.
The Chocolate Path.
Yeah. And I went down the subway. There were these two guys who looked very shady. And Murph was just really wanted to sniff him, so he did.
Yeah.
Then we walked further down, and there was a guy with his hands on the back of his head, just pissing openly in the centre of the path, in the middle of a pathway that led under a tunnel.
Yeah.
Behind him was a woman snorting something.
Oh my God.
She was doing this, like she was like crouched over a little bit, and there was a guy shooting up on the corner. I was like,
trifecta.
I was like, it was 7 p.m. Like it was when it was really nice and sunny out. I was like,
how does this?
Well, how is this? How am I witnessing all of this happening in front of me right now?
Yeah, but you got all three. So did you make a wish?
I did. I made several. I made several wishes.
I wish to live.
I wish I didn't ever come this way.
I'd never come here.
Fucking hell.
Where is that near then?
That was like near Chocolate Path, which is like it's like it's you're heading towards Cumberland. It's on Cumberland Road somewhere, but there's like a subway that goes underneath towards the train tracks. You know, we filmed like that other stuff on Spike Island. It's near there. Just don't go to that subway bit because it's terrible. My friend, like when we were in Iceland, he said he walked Murphy, and he goes, "Oh, I walked under this tunnel, and there was just human shit in the middle of the tunnel." And I was like,
"Oh, you're lucky."
I was like, "Oh God," which I didn't realize it was the same tunnel, and I was like, I went through that tunnel, mate, and yeah, I saw more than just a human shit.
Jesus Christ!
Shooting up, snorting, pissing, and just some general eerie vibes, and it was bright and sunny. It was a hot, sunny day.
Unreal.
The guy who pissing didn't even like speed up to like hurry up and like put it away. He did, but he took his time, and I feel like that's just come on.
Did he have to fold it up?
And I'm here like just desperately trying to make sure Murphy doesn't try and approach these people.
Oh, a fountain.
No, don't go near them. Don't go near them.
All right, mate. Yeah.
Don't touch my dog.
You're right. Just pissing away. Nice. I love beagles. Does he want a drink?
No, I don't think.
Here. Holds out a cup. Cups his hands.
Well, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll be back next week with another Hat Chat.
Yes.
Indeed.
Hopefully.
And thanks to our fingal maker, Jake Harkonnen. Here it is again. Enjoy.
Oh, God, there's the bagpipes.
It's back. Bye.
Thanks.